It's incredibly tough to raise capital. It's not easy at all, whatever anybody might say, because I don't think there are any shortcuts on this. You have to be out there in the field, you have to have your hypothesis proved, you have to work without money, you have to, you cannot, there are no shortcuts in this, yeah? And especially if you're in the social enterprise space. I think if you are in the social enterprise space, you are saying that it is all about social impact, right? So if it is about social impact, then I think hardcore, on the ground, fieldwork, even if it's some remote subject such as IT or mobile technology or whatever, yeah, is essential. And if you, I mean, this doesn't necessarily mean, a lot of people feel that people say this because it's, that old-fashioned thing, unless you sweat, you're not going to get it. But it's not the old-fashioned thing. I think especially in the space of social enterprise. If it's a normal enterprise, it is not the same advice. But if it is a social enterprise, if you are going to come up with a solution that is going to be naturally better than anything else, it is a struggle, because you have to come up with a solution with the people, yeah, and that takes time, that takes effort. So just a hypothesis is not going to work. I think in my case was that before I started my enterprise, even 1994, from 85 to 94, 9 years, I had worked closely with artisans. I had worked in at least 10 to 15 clusters already. I had, done a lot of the activity. So by the time I got into the activity of doing the business, on the basis of which I had based a lot of my hypothesis, etc., it was already intact. And then I had the experience of my partner, who was my co-founder. She's also worked for 20-25 years. So if every time I had to vet some advice off her, I always got the right advice.